But there's a certain type of person on this planet. If we had 3 suns, and there were 3 beautiful suns all setting at the same time here in front of me, just like in some mystical movie land or some fairy tale CGI avatar, something like this, and we had 3 suns setting, there's a type of person who would not enjoy that, and they would chase after the story of a planet with only 1 sun that sets. Hey guys, as many days as I can I come here to watch the sun go down, or at least a part of it. I don't have the luxury of seeing the whole sunset. Often I even get here after it's gone over the horizon and I just take in the stillness of the dusk. And I need it. I absolutely need that. And as I sit here every day doing this, it is a type of training for yourself, a type of meditation, a type of prayer. And it's about disconnecting from this stream of perceptions that we have and coming into what is utterly a magical paradise. And people don't see it, and the problems of the world really do stem from that. You know, Jesus said as he died on the cross, "You will be with me in paradise." He said this to a thief next to him. Now, if you look on a very literal sense, and we go to an afterlife where we shed this physical body, then we all know that those feelings of lightness and joy are very unphysical. They're very not heavy, very not grounded. And if we are to understand anything of the afterlife, of heaven, then it will be in that sense. It will be liberated from many of the burdens that we face and the physicality of having a body to ground us inside this reality. Because many of the joys are found in coming away from the body. Many of the experiences of spirit are found in coming away from the body. But if you pull it back and you say, what is this life? Is this life purely so as we can go to a paradise after? And this is not it. The paradise is here. You know, Jesus was a man. And when he died on the cross, his flesh died, he became Christ, he became the Spirit. And inside that story, he takes 5 wounds, and on a very deep, esoteric level, those 5 wounds are the 5 senses. And as his 5 senses died, he rose to meet Spirit as the Christ. Only when our 5 senses can be shut off do we get to that point. And the problem we have is people are so heavily living in their 5 senses, so deeply entrenched in it, that they never touch on it. And thus, the fact that they're walking in paradise becomes aloof to them. There's a certain type of person on this planet. I can watch this beautiful sunset, but there's a certain type of person on this planet. If we had 3 suns, and there were 3 beautiful suns all setting at the same time here in front of me, just like in some mystical movie land or some fairy tale CGI avatar, something like this, and we had 3 suns setting, there's a type of person who would not enjoy that, and they would chase after the story of a planet with only 1 sun that sets. And likewise, here we are. And it's not so much that the people are not fulfilled with it. It's not that. It's that their body can't perceive it because their brain is not being allowed by their actions to be wired in the way whereby it can. And thus we get grounded, we get chemically entrenched in the world, in the flesh. And it's not enough. And we yearn for a better world, the one with 3 suns instead of 1. Guarantee if there was, there'd be someone yearning for 1. The reality of it all is that what they're yearning to do is to walk in the paradise that they're in. And it's funny in the Sumerian creation story I've said before, with Enki and Enlil, he says, what have you done? You've created something, it's not even alive or dead. Many humans live in that state. We touch on being alive ever so infrequently, but it's enough to get us through. But many never touch it, and thus they're always dead to their reality. They're always dead to the world, and they always seek, because of that, alternate realities, alternate entertainment than a setting sun. And because of that weakness inside us, that can be hijacked for profiteering, for others to sentence us to a life of chasing the idea that inside a technology, inside man's creation, man who is in God's image and likeness, that somehow his creation might just give us what we want today. Maybe this series will give me it. Maybe it will get me there. Maybe that'll fill that void that makes me put it on. It never will. It never will. Because the only thing that will ever fill it is altering that sea of perception to be released, and the jumping into perceptions to be released, and to come into that place, into that present moment where you're overwhelmed by the utter beauty of the paradise that you walk in, and the magic of the paradise that you walk in. Earth's a fairy tale. It's just most of our brains, due to the pollution that we put into them from light, from food, from sound. They're not switched on to it. If 3 suns were setting here today, there are many people who would prefer to watch a movie with 1 sun. Neither is more beautiful than the next, neither is more magical. It's the perception, it's the wiring. And that's how the brain works. The brain can be hacked, the brain can be wired, the brain can be taught. The brain can be taught to forget and come back, because unless you become as children, where the world is full of wonder, you will not enter the kingdom, as Jesus so kindly taught us. God bless, guys. Bye. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to like, share and subscribe, as it really helps us to grow the channel, and with it help more children here in Tanzania. Also, don't forget you can support our work by sharing with children in crisis here, be it sharing for a particular need or even sharing one-on-one support for education, housing, food and medical care. It can be done for as little as the cost of a cup of coffee a week back in the West after all. Just visit www.sharetanzania.co.uk to find out more. Lastly, remember you can also support us via Patreon, www.patreon.com/featherstail, and help keep us here in Tanzania to continue our work. The links for the website and for the Patreon are in the description box of this video. Love and light, guys. See you soon.